Hello everyone, Impiator here. Welcome back to my newcomer's guide for Elden Ring. This is part 47. In the last episode, we defeated a difficult boss in the Siofra Aqueduct. Because of that, I want to call out that following Deeproot, our next destination is the second Eternal City, Noxtella. And there's an alternate route to reach that if you're following Ronnie's questline and you want to bypass the boss that we just fought. So Renna's Rise is normally blocked by a barrier, but if you give Ronnie the knife we found at the bottom of Nokron, she will disappear. Talking to War Counselor E.G. reveals she has continued her journey by utilizing the teleporter at the top of Renna's Rise and urges you to join her. It is now unlocked. Deeproot will take the entire episode though, and I'll call out where we're going once we make it to the map fragment, but I just wanted to call that out. I'll also call out the way to reach the next Eternal City, actually, when we make it to that coffin. So along this route, we've got a messed up version of the boss that we just fought. Strike weapons work very well against them. So now we got the map fragment. I want to call out that this area is broken out into 3 sections, an upper, a middle, and a lower. We are on the middle right now. We're going to head west to get some items and grab a grace. We're going to head east, go through a waterfall, and face off against a rune bear. And then we're going to head over here in order to pick up some additional items in this area. After that, we're going to climb the root system up to here, and we're going to meet Fia again. That's going to lead us into 2 boss battles, and then we're going to end up tackling this section here, the western section. And that's going to lead us against a boss battle against another Crucible Knight. So that's everything that we're going to be doing in this episode. So let's go ahead and head to our first marker. Along the beaten path, there is an item in this tower here, so we're going to hop in to grab that. Now we're sitting at 70,000 runes. I think this is a good time for us to go ahead and grab another level. So over here we have a whole bunch of items. Crafting items, golden runes, upgrade materials. And this coffin. This is the other route leading to the next Eternal City, Noxtella. So again, if you're not following Ronnie's questline, this would normally be the way that you would reach there. But we're going to wrap this area out before we make it to Noxtella. Otherwise, though, we are heading back. We are about to be against a whole bunch of basilisks, by the way, so in the interest of not getting death blighted by them, I'm going to go ahead and equip the beast repellent torch. Remember that you can leave it on your back and you'll still get the benefits, just not the lights. Alright, once you've got them, go ahead and grab the rune arc. Got another smithing stone in here too. And then up against the cliff here, we have some waterfalls. Inside one of these waterfalls is a rune bear. Now, you don't have to face off against this guy right now. He's pretty hard. In fact, I would say he's harder than the bosses in this place. But I'll leave it to you to decide if you want to do that. The main reason why I'm going to go ahead and do it is to clear out the area, and because we're going to get an upgraded version of the Prince of Death's Pustule. The dragon boss that we're going to be facing off against this in this episode actually deals Death Blight, though it's not nearly as dangerous in this fight as it is in some others. But we can actually deal with that a little bit easier by equipping the Prince of Death's Pustule, as well as the Cyst version of it, which is an upgrade. And we'll get that from this fight. So what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to go into this fight, do 4 shots of this weapon's Reduvia Blood Blade, and then I'm going to double hand my daggers. This enemy is weak to slash damage. It's also weak to fire damage. I don't really have the ability to combine them both. Otherwise, that's what I would recommend for this fight. So whenever he does that, he's probably going to grab you, so just forewarning. And he's dead. Alright, so there's the upgrade. We'll get that item here in a little bit. Using the root system, we're going to drop into this area up here. And there's a hole that we can get into to get that item. Otherwise, we're going to go ahead and continue following the cliff. Pick up some more glovewort. Continue following the cliff. I'm going to switch to the beast repellent torch, because there are some more basilisks around here. And we're going all the way around back to the entrance of this building here. So we are now where we found the map fragment. This looks a lot more precarious than it is. There's only one enemy in here who's active. That's going to get us an Ash of War, Vacuum Slice. Otherwise, head outside and we're going to make a right. There's some Ghost Glovewort here. Grab that, and then we're heading back to the cliff. So again, around there is where we fought the Rune Bear. Stay at the cliff though, and there's more Gloveworts over here. And then we're going to use this Spirit Spring to head up, grab a couple of items. So I got an arterial leaf, and then down here we've got a level 7 smithing stone, which at this point in the game, these are pretty rare. Anyway, we're going to go all the way around. And now we're going to head for the root system so that we can climb up. So here is the grace that we picked up earlier. From there, we're going to head towards these kind of sunken buildings here. And actually, before we do that, there is a golden centipede over here. In case you're collecting them like I am. I'm going to use these sunken buildings to get behind this enemy. Alright, now we're headed up. So there are a bunch of these in these towers here. You can see a few of them there. We're going to jump off here. Make a left. And we got a smithing stone. Then we're going to head up. We're going to kill that one first. Go up here, grab the Prince of Death Staff. This boosts your death sorceries. Then we're going to head back down to where we jumped off. We're going to keep heading up. We're going to jump over to this so that we can deal with this enemy. However, we're going to grab the Grace first. Just in case we end up falling or dying. I'm not going to rest though because I don't want to respawn all the enemies. Alright, so now we're going to continue heading up. So grab the golden rune, work our way up. Another one right there. Another golden rune. Then we're going to jump off here to this branch. And now we are above the cave that we fought that rune bear in. So there's some glove warp back here. We're going to pick that up first, and then we're going to head into the cave. Here's the somber version of what is right now pretty rare stones. Now we're back at the bottom. So we've done that. Let's go ahead and head now for the Grace. Okay, so this fight is no joke. Definitely want to have our shield out for this. So the way that this fight works is we are going to be against some of Fia's champions. And I'm not going to go any more forward because I don't want them to spawn yet. But basically we're going to be against Fia's champions. The first champion is an unnamed enemy who basically, if you're playing online, it'll actually take on the gear set of a random person who has been embraced by Fia. Likewise, after you kill that enemy, you're also going to have to fight against Roger's spirit. So you'll end up defeating him. He's got all of his traditional magic gear that he had before. And then finally, you're going to face off against 3 more enemies simultaneously. I would hold your summons for that if you can. But one of the enemies is going to be this Lionel, the lion-hearted enemy. And then the 2 lackeys that he has are also going to be based on other players. So one of the issues with this fight is that it's pretty difficult to plan for this fight. It could either be really easy or pretty hard, just because of that dynamic. Whatever you do, though, you don't want your summon to get manhandled by all 3 at the same time. You need to get at least one of the enemies away from the summon and kill it basically one at a time if you can. Otherwise, they are going to mess up your summon, and 3 against 1 is no fun. Otherwise, let's go ahead and get started. As you can see, though, lead damage works just fine. These guys don't have much health anyway. So this is Roger. Oof. I forgot that that's really destructive. Okay. So now here are the randos. There we go. And that's how you do it. So that is going to give us a grace. And go ahead and grab ourselves another level up. Now, if you gave over the twin set, Fia will be dead. So just be aware of that, and that will end her quest line. However, if you go ahead and talk to her and you basically choose to be held by her again, that will unlock the ability for you to gain the Duskborn ending. So she will end up laying with Godric because she's a deathbed companion, and she'll basically end up causing him to be resurrected, which basically is one of the endings of the game. That being said, though, it's kind of up to you which option you want to do. I am going to go ahead and do that, though. I'm not going to be doing the Duskborn ending, though. I'm going to be doing Ronnie's ending. So, but I am going to go ahead and progress her quest line and show you what happens. So, we'll go ahead and say, no, I want to be held. So we're going to talk in secret. So she asks about the Halobrand, specifically the one that looks like a centipede. That is the curse mark of death. We actually picked that up from the Carrion Study Hall after getting Ronnie's quest line. She gave us the statue to flip the area. So we went there first because we picked that item. We got to pick that item up in order to use it here. So we're going to go and give her the curse mark. So now you get an upgraded version of the Radiant Balachin's Blessing.
I will send it will the new life as the rune. Please brandish stay the by becoming. I will
so talk in secret to her until she repeats herself. Afterwards, we're going to go rest at the Grace.
This is goodbye, my dear. But I choose, and I will be who will inherit what greater.
Alright, so that's your last chance to be held by her. So now what has happened is she has fallen asleep at this point. And once you interact with her, it is going to launch you into a dream state boss. The way that this boss works is it's a giant dragon, and he does lightning damage. In fact, there's lightning spread around him. It'll basically kind of build up on you as well and shock you. It can be a real pain. I don't recommend staying underneath this enemy for that reason. Ideally, we want to target his head. However, he's very resistant to stuff. He is, however, weakest to pierce damage, so consider that. He's also least resistant to magic and fire as far as the elementals are concerned. He's not particularly resistant to any of the other things, but he's not immune either, so take that into consideration if you want to do like poison or hemorrhage or frostbite, that kind of stuff. He does you Death Blight, however, so he's going to put Death Blight on the ground periodically, so it wouldn't be a bad idea for us to go ahead and equip the Prince of Cysts, Death Cyst or Postural. I'll go ahead and do the Cyst. And then because of the lightning damage that this enemy gives us, it would not be a bad idea for us to equip something that deals with lightning damage. So we've got some of the lightning-proof dried livers. In fact, don't have the recipe for it, but We do have a couple, so we could use that. There's a few other things that you could use as well. If you have boiled prawn is actually something you can also use for it, the boiled crabs. So that'll also work too. Kind of up to you. I'll go ahead and equip, I think, the lightning-proof dried liver. We'll go with that. And we're going to enter the deathbed dream. Now be aware, locking on this enemy cannot be done against the legs. So I'm going to recommend locking onto the head for the most part, and again, trying to attack the head. So there is the death blight. So the fire is not nearly as dangerous as it was for some of the other dragons. God dang it, target it, man. It's one thing I hate about these dragons is the targeting is awful. Alright, up to just... just hack and slash. There's the death blight. Oh, he's dead. So, didn't even use any of his weaknesses, but still wasn't that bad of a fight. Again, nothing in this episode is anywhere near the difficulty of the fight in the last episode. But, unfortunately, Fia has died. However, she intended to. We now have the Mending Rune of the Death Prince. And based on what we do with that, that's going to end up potentially triggering the Dustborn ending. For now, though, we've got a whole mess of runes to spend, so we're going to go ahead and do that. And I think what we'll go ahead and do is... got that done. We'll head for the Nameless Eternal City, Grace. We're sitting at 29 minutes. I think we have enough time to complete the rest of this area. Alright, so we're now going to head down. I'm going to hang around along the left-hand side here. Alright, so we got some smithing stones. More gloveworts. And here's the fight. We're going to be exploring the rest of this area after the fight. But at this point we can go ahead and summon. So this is the same version as we fought in the aqueduct. Maybe a little heftier. But otherwise, that's going to do it for that boss. So you're going to get his tree, which is basically the piercing weapon that the other guy used as well. It's got a unique skill, though. So pretty interesting. Inside here, we have a chest. We finally get the Crucible Knight gear. I think his gear looks freaking awesome, so there's a bunch of enemies here. There's some gloveworts. Kind of up to you what you want to do. We're going to go ahead and run through here, I think, and just pick up the items. So grab the glovewort. Now this place is made up of a whole bunch of different little areas here. I'm going to recommend that you kill the archers, because they are a huge pain in the butt while trying to explore this place. Okay. Okay, smithing stone. I forgot, there is a What do you call it over here? Anyway, more somber stones. Golden rune. And this is the route to climb one of these. Shit. Oh, he's done. So this is the first one of these that we've gone to, but basically you'll find that stuff all over it. And this is going to give you the ability to reuse a remembrance, even ones that you've already spent. So if you want to get the other ability or weapon that would have been gained from it, you can do that. I'm not super picky, so I'm just going to go with something random. Otherwise, we'll be able to do that with all of them. Otherwise, we're going to go around to get that item that we just saw. So this tower has an enemy basically kind of overlooking it. If I'm not mistaken, I believe that is it for this place. And with that, I think that's going to wrap it out for this episode, everybody. We have claimed all the major items. I'm going to make a quick checklist in the beginning of the next episode to make sure that we didn't miss anything, but I think we got everything in this place. But otherwise, from here we're going to be moving on to Noxtella in the next area. Thank you everybody for watching. Please like, subscribe, and comment. And as always, I'll see you in the next one. Later.